All right. So, usually people ask me to come over and do a speech. And they always have some kind of really clear ideas what they want me to talk about. So usually it's just business-oriented topics. So I always tell people that I actually have a really interesting life. I want to share about that. I think your audience would be interested about that. And they always say, nope, not this time. We want you to talk about business. And this time in Shanghai is different. When Simon invited me to come over and to give a talk, and I asked him, what do you want me to talk about? And he literally said, anything. Anything you want, man. So I'm saying, oh, so you are telling me that I can talk about my own life for 15 to 20 minutes uninterruptedly. And he said, of course. So it's not a speech anymore, it's heaven. And also, I think it might be the easiest speech I have ever done, because who has a problem to talk about themselves, just to be honest? All right, so before I really get to my main point, I want to ask you guys here, who here understand or speak Chinese? Okay, all right. So for the ones who can speak, I think you already know. And let me just explain for the ones who don't. And let me just explain you about the standard of being a successful Chinese man. So it's called 有房, 有车, 有钱. That means you need to have a house, have a car, and money. Okay? So you are looking at someone here right now who has no house, no car, and not much money to talk about success in this country in Shanghai. Isn't it amazing? All right, so today I only have 3 key messages to share with you guys. And by doing that, I want to share you a little bit about my lifestyle and about how I work, how I live. And in the end, I also want to tell you about what does that really mean to all of us. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm, by a standard definition, a homeless guy. So I spend around 5 to 6 months in hotels per year, and the rest just some service apartments, holiday apartments, and Airbnbs, and sometimes even just hostels like this one, or sometimes it's just a small room in the nature. And this is what I did this summer. The first time I rented a motorhome. That was a really amazing kind of thing. So I don't need to, every time if I get lazy, I don't need to book any apartment. So I just sleep in the forest or sometimes on the highway. And even sometimes I go extreme, like this one. And this one really took us literally 1 entire day to build. And I slept inside this for 3 days. So the main idea is, I think right now it's 2019, right? So my idea is, I don't believe that we still need to have a geographical home. Okay, we are not trees. We don't need to be rooted by geography. And just like the week before last week, I was in Amsterdam. Last week, I was in Berlin and Hanover. And right now, I'm here in Shanghai. And next week, I'm going to a really poor place in Sichuan, China. And just one school, one non-profit charity organization invited me to go there and teach for a week for the school kids like this. And they really had me after sending me this picture. So I said yes. So I'm going next week. Actually, I'm leaving tomorrow in the morning to this place. I'm really excited about that. So the first message I want to talk about is just the idea. It's really rooted by meaning, rooted by calling, not by location. And as long as I'm doing the right thing, as long as I'm pursuing my dream, I'm on my journey, I'm always home. Okay, because of this kind of, because I don't really have a home, so that enables me to travel a lot. So I spent around 2 weeks, let's say it's more than 300 hours either in the aircraft or at the airport. This was exactly me 4 days ago. I took this was me in the flight from Frankfurt to Shanghai, and I was working exactly on this presentation in this picture. And also the rest, I also do a lot of, let's say, travels on the road, like with the trains or with buses. And also I drove a lot. Even I don't have a car. I think I drive around 50,000 kilometers per year. This is a distance kind of like between London and Peking. You go there and bike twice. The good part about not having a car, so I can rent different cars, is a really good thing. I either rent the cars or I borrow the cars from friends. So that's a good part, is that I can try different cars. Okay, and also this can be really seasonal. So when the weather is good, I can get something like this. And when I don't go really long distance, I'll get a car like this one. This is actually the car I had for the last 4 weeks. When I was in Europe, this is the car I used. And also when I went, let's say, for a road trip, I will get some bigger cars. Like this was me in India, and I drove a really long distance with this car. Also, sometimes some funny story will happen if you always rent cars. And this is a car I got in Dubai. Actually, I booked one SUV, and they could not accept my debit card. So they gave me such thing and let me drive on the desert with this. That was a very unique experience. All right? So the whole idea is, I don't believe that about the old idea of owning anything. So I don't believe in that. I really have a really minimalistic approach in life. So because I don't think anything is permanent. Even our life, we actually just rent it for 70, 80, 90 years. So I really like this quote. When you finally realize that nothing is permanent in this life, you will become more tolerant, more forgiving, and less judgmental. So this kind of minimalism made me a better person. It also brings me a lot. It also gives me a chance to really think about what really matters in life, really to focus on the stuff that really matters. So I'm really lucky. I get almost like, at least in this hemisphere, I get a lot of friends in different places, different countries, and also a lot of relationships. That was good. So the second idea I want to share with you guys is this kind of minimalism and really know what really matters in life. Okay? So let's talk about work. I think you may be interested about work. So it's kind of like the same idea. So I don't have a physical home. I also don't have a fixed office. As long as my phone is with me, like here, and I'm working. I work a lot in the hotel. I work on the goals. And also I have a virtual team. So that means I don't need to physically show up with people. We communicate everything just with technology. We send pictures, messages, make reference calls, this kind of stuff. And also if I need to meet people, Starbucks are always a really good option. Okay? And if I need to give a seminar or give a workshop, I just rent locally a conference room, that's it. And also I'm quite interested in the idea of, WeWork. Yeah, this kind of idea that even I'm not a member of them, because I don't really need an office. That's WeWork. We, like us, work. It's an organization, it's a service that they let all the members to have access to their public space as offices all over the globe, wherever they have the WeWork buildings. There are also some kind of really similar concepts, similar business models. We are seeing they are coming more and more and getting better and better every day. So I don't really believe that we still have to have really kind of fixed office. And also I use a lot of freelancers, buy services, and a lot of delegations as well. So the third idea, the last idea I want to share with you guys is the idea to become a new rich. So we all know what old rich is. All the business owners, all the bosses, actually I work with them all the time. So the problem with them is, even though they are really rich, the thing is they don't really have free time. They have to show up every single day in the factory, in the office, and they also have to work 80 hours a week. And when they get back home and they're already broken, so they don't have freedom. So this is not what I want. So I think we have such amazing time, so why not to try some different approach? So I'm quite buying the idea from Tim Ferriss. I think someone knows Tim Ferriss. The 4-hour work week. So this is my goal. I want to work, I'm still not getting there, I still didn't reach there, I'm getting there. So my goal is really to work 4 hours a week, that's it. And I work because I want to, not I work because I have to. And also I don't want to be kidnapped by the job, by the work. So this is my, and also for me is the time is the most valuable resource we all have. So I really want to have enough free time, enough freedom, so I can really focus on the stuff really matters, like the friendship, like the relationship, like the deep connections, as well as I do a lot of biohacking. So I'm a quite healthy guy. So this is me without a shirt. So I have a pretty active kind of lifestyle. And also I almost like never go to the doctors. And also I just got recently a test report. It clearly shows that I have a body of 22 years old. So even I'm already over 30. So I think that for me is quite an accomplishment. And also I get enough free time to really do a lot of my passion. Like I'm a really passionate tennis player. This was a championship I played this summer. And also this was a very funny story. Was in China, in Taizhou. I took in the hotel 1 tennis hour. And after that, instead of letting me pay for the hour, they invited me to do 1 advertisement for them. So I become their representative for the club. That was a very interesting experience. And also, because of the freedom I get, I don't really have a lot of job stress, a lot of other distractions, so I can try a lot of new stuff. So I force myself to try as many new stuff as possible. So there are just several honorable mentions I did this year, some new stuff. For example, like teaching a group of people to do yoga, even though I'm not really good at that. And also this was in Cyprus. I really went for jet ski for a whole week. That was awesome, really awesome place. And also just to be a bartender for 2 days or 3 days, actually I did. To be a bartender for 3 days. Or go for an e-bike tour. Do you know e-bike? This was a very funny thing for me. I mean, it's like you ride this bike in the mountains, up and down for 3 hours, and you don't feel that you are doing any sport. And also I tried my first time gambling in Macau this year. Also some climbing course. Also this is my first time to try the swing dance. That was catastrophic. Okay, at the end, I want to share one more, let's say, experience I did this year. And this is my first bungee jumping experience. That was in Kiev, Ukraine. Kiev, yeah. And because I have a really bad fear, I have a really, really bad fear of height. So I think after that, I think I may be able to overcome the fear. So what I did is just like everyone in my position would do, I sent myself for a skydiving course. And that was me over 400 meters over the ground. And that was my first jump with my 2 coaches on my left and on my right. And I think it's going to be a while. There we go. Yeah, that's it. So this is, after that, I was just in the sky. So because we don't have that much of time, so I think I just continue talking, and you can have a look in the background. Okay? Oh, it's not from that. Okay. All right. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm not really special. The only reason I'm able to do all of those is just we are living in a really, really amazing time. And also all of us here, we live better than the Louis XIV. And so just according to the resource access, how much we can access the resources. And so for me, it's done. Good. So, so we really have this kind of amazing time. So we can, like, for myself, I think my annual travel distance is more than the travel distance of my entire family members in the history combined. Because right now we have this amazing opportunity to really get anywhere on Earth from A to B within, let's say, 72 hours. I think between major cities, even just 24 hours. And also we have the technology like the internet, like all the cell phones, like all the amazing services, shared economy, this kind of stuff. So this really enables us to live a totally different approach in life. So my message for all of you is adaptation. Really adapt to all the new changes. The humans are the ultimate adaptation machine. So at the end of my talk, this guy, his name is Bernie Weffer. He was the first world record holder for 200-meter race. He was the fastest man on Earth in his age. And this is just happened 1 week ago in Doha, the World Championship. I just made a record for that because I love this sport. I really love this sport. And look at those gentlemen. So I really make the last picture. Look at the time here. This is the time. This is when the champion crossed the finish line. And so if Bernie would be there, he would be somewhere here, not even in the picture. Okay? So if he really run with all those guys, he could not even be able to get into the finals. So this is the world we are living right now. So we cannot expect doing the same thing just like the previous generation in order to win, in order to achieve the same result. Because the standard is getting higher and higher and higher. So for me, or for all of us, I think we all need to adapt all the new possibilities, take advantage of all the amazing stuff happening right now. And if you want to win, do that, adopt, really accept all the changes in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for 2020? So I want to end this speech with my life slogan. And I say thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. 谢谢. Yeah, this is for example, like someone like us. Like I say, you need to really think about how could you make kind of this sustainability stuff. So you don't want to, let's say, exchange your time with money. You want to make systems that really works on itself. You understand what I mean? So it's just, I really believe this kind of Chinese approach that the choices are more important than hard work. So really make the right choice. Make sure that even you are doing something really small right now, and make sure that in 1 year this will run automatically and generate you just automated income. This is the thing I think you should focus on.